Ben! Say
Jacob,
something. Now I can.
Yes. Wait, I need to do something.
Sandy says shalom.
Shalom, Sandy.
What do you need to do?
I have an issue. I have like a vacuum robot that does the vacuum, but it needs to come into this room. So, but I keep the door closed because there's a lot of noise.
You have a vacuuming robot. This is a huge issue.
Why is it an issue?
I'm joking.
Yeah, we thought it would be very helpful since the child is starting to eat and throw things around. So, so
wait until the child starts running
yeah.
after the robot and like throwing things behind it, sitting on the robot and eating. That'll be hilarious.
Yeah, he already talks to Luca.
Who's Luca?
That's the robot.
Luca, the vacuuming robot.
Mm-hmm.
Aha. So what are you gonna do?
I just paused it.
You paused the vacuuming of the robot?
Yeah, so it's somewhere in the room sleeping right now. Somewhere in the house sleeping, and then
the robot.
Yeah, we probably won't continue though, because then I thought he's gonna go to sleep. So yeah, I lost the moment basically.
Wow, what are we gonna do if the robot doesn't get to vacuum?
I think this might trump that.
It might be okay. It might be okay. Yeah, it might be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to note we are within the 3 weeks, which is a good time. And for people to grieve over their sins, repent of them, and be forgiven. So these are those 3 weeks that are especially good for it, except for the 40 days that comes after the 3 weeks, which is Elul and the 10 days of Tshuva.
It all leads up.
It does all lead up. That's the whole point. Until we get to Simchat Torah, Zman Simchatenu. Okay. We were on 1981. Unedaber ata me'inyan ha'ahava. And it was my turn.
Yeah.
So now we will. Sandy says, "Lol, I can see my boys when little. If we had a vacuuming robot, yes." Okay, so where were we saying? So now we're going to talk about love, the anfeha hem shlosha, and the 3 branches of love, which are hasimha, which is joy, hadvekut, they translated it as clinging, or cleaving is usually what I translate it to, but devekut, the hakinah, jealousy. Wow. Love is about jealousy. Did you know that? You should tell your wife that.
Yeah.
Vehine inyan ha'ava hu sheyeh ha'adam choshek umit'aveh mamash el kirvato yitbarach. So love is all about a person truly desiring and even, may we say, lusting for closeness with him. May he be blessed. Verodef ahar kedushato, and he runs after, he seeks his holiness. Kasher yirdof ish achar hanehmad mimenu chemda azah, just as a man would run after something, someone that he loves dearly with a strong desire. Ad שיהיה לו הזכרת שמו יתברך ודיבור בתהילתיו והעסק בדברי תורתו ואלוקותו יתברך. Until a person will שיהיה לו הזכרת שמו יתברך, until he remembers God's name, okay, and speaks in his praise.
Well, no, I think it's a reverse. It's like it says like all of this is yellow shashua ve'oneg, right?
What?
Maybe
Where'd you get haoneg?
at the end. So he starts.
Oh, okay.
All these
So,
things will be.
shashui. Okay. Sha'ashua va'oneg mamash. Aha, right. That even mentioning God's name and speaking in God's praises and being involved in God's Torah and godliness, may he be blessed, will be a joy and delight, truly. Kemisha ohev et eshet ne'urav, like someone who is in love with the wife of his youth. Oh, beno yechido ahava chazaka. You would know nothing about that. How a man loves his only born child with a strong love. Asher afilu hadibur bam yihye lo lenachat v'ta'anug. That even when you speak about them, it is something that gives him delight and pleasure. Okay, inyan hakatuv, and like it says in Yirmiyah, ki midei dabri bo zachor es karenu od. How'd they translate that? Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he my delightful child? For whenever I speak of him, I will remember him still. Okay. V'hinei vadai shemi she'ohev et bor'o ahava amitit. So clearly, somebody who truly loves God, lo yaniach avodato l'shum ta'am sheba'olam. He's not going to leave doing what God wants for any reason. Im lo yihyeh anus mamash, unless he was absolutely being forced to. V'lo yitztarech ritzui u'pitui la'avodah. Right? You don't have to persuade him or to entice him to do God's work. Ela adaraba libo yasiehu. His heart brings him to it. V'yitzehu eleha, and please causes pleasure for him in it. Im lo yihyeh ikuv gadol sheyimnaehu, unless there is some great hindrance which keeps him from it. Hine zot hi hamidah hanahmedet asher eleha zachu hachasidim v'harishonim kedoshei elyon. And this is the beloved attribute which were lucky enough, the early Hasidim and the highly exalted holy ones. Ukama'amar David HaMelech alav hashalom, like David said in Psalms, Ka'ayel ta'arog al afikei amayim ken nafshi ta'arog elecha, like a deer runs to a stream of water, similarly my soul runs after or is involved with you, God. Tzama nafshi lelokim, my soul is thirsty for God. Lakel chai matai avo, to the living God when I should approach him. Ve'omer, and he says there in chapter 84, Nechsafa v'gam kalta nafshi lachatzrot Hashem, my soul has been bleached and also destroyed. Um, and Donnie is making fun of me because Tzama Lacha Nafshi is one of my favorites. You'll have to go listen to the Matisyahu version, which is definitely one of my favorite songs in the world.
Yeah.
Tzama Lacha Nafshi Kama Lacha Basari Be'eretz Siav Ayef Bli Mayim Ken Bakodesh Chaziticha Lirot Uzcha Uchvodecha. Kol ze mitokef hateshuka shahaya mishtokek lo yitbarach. And all of this explains how much he truly loved God.
Mm-hmm.
Uche'inyan ama sha'amar hanavi, and like Isaiah says, l'shimcha l'zichrecha ta'avat nafesh, right? To your name and your memory is the lust of my heart, my soul. Ve'omer nafshi iviticha balayla af ruchi bekirbi ashacharecha. In at night, my soul yearns for you, I guess, and also my spirit in within me. Ashachareka, awakens to you, I guess.
Like from Shaka.
From Shachar, yeah. It's an interesting way. How'd they translate it? Yeah. When I remember you on my bed, though the night watches, I meditate about you. Yeah, that doesn't quite catch it. That's a interesting way. Ashachareka. Okay. The David Atzmo Omer, and David himself says, Im zacharticha al yetzuai ba'ashmurot ehge bach. Oh, no, this is what they translated there. Yeah, so Isaiah, my soul yearns for you in the night. My spirit within me seeks you. Yeah, but that doesn't have shachar in it.
Let's see if we have.
You're looking at the art scroll?
I'm looking at the art scroll. Here. Yeah. Goes on top of it. My soul desired you during the night. As long as my spirit is within me, I seek you out.
They also seek you out, but it doesn't have the word shachar there. Oh well. Okay. Be'er ha'oneg v'shashu'ah shahaya lo bedabro bo ubishvachav yitbarach shamo. Right. All of this shows the delight and pleasure that he had when he spoke in God's praises. May he be blessed. His name be blessed. Ve'omer, and he says in Psalm 119, Ve'ashtasha'ah b'mitzvotecha asher ahavti, right? And I will delight in your commandments, which I love, right? Ve'amar gam edotecha sha'ashu'ai, also your with the testimonies are my delights. והנה זאת ודאי שהאהבה זאת צריך שלא תהיה אהבה התלויה בדבר. And for this to be, this obviously needs to be a sort of love which does not depend on any individual thing. דהיינו שיאהב את הבורא יתברך על שמיטיב עליו, right? Not that he loves the Creator because he's doing something good for him, right. And he makes him rich or makes him successful. But like a child loves his father, which is a natural love, mamash, that his very nature forces him to it. Right, Shadow? Kama amar hakatuv, like it says, Halo hu avicha kanecha. Like it says in Deuteronomy, is he not your father, your creator, or your master. ומבחן האהבה הזאת, and from this love, הוא בזמן הדוחק והצרה. This is, and the test of this love is when it is a time of difficulty and pain. V'chen amru zal, like the sages said in brachot, ואהבת את השם אלוקיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך, אפילו נוטל את נפשך ובכל מאודיך בכל ממונך. Right? So, like they explain at Deuteronomy 6:4, that it says, you shall love God with all your soul and with all your might. All your soul, even if he takes your soul, and with all your might, that is with all your material possessions. Amna, כדי שלא תהיינה הצרות והדוחקים koshi umeniya el ha'ava, so that these difficulties should not be something that keeps the love away. Yesh la'adam la'ashiv el atzmo shtei teshuvot. Person should give himself two answers. Ha'achat mehen shava lechol nefesh, one which is good for anyone. V'ashniya lechachamim ba'alei ha'de'a v'ha'mukah. And the second one for someone who truly understands and is wise in the depths of understanding. Ha'achat hi kol ma'ai da'avdin min shemaya latav. The first one is to recognize that everything that happens from heaven is for the good. V'zeh ki afilu hatzar hahu v'hadocha kanir'eh be'einav ra'a. That even though these difficulties and the pain seems a bad thing to him, einenu be'emet ela tova amitit. But truly he has to recognize that since it comes from God, it is for his good. וכמשל הרופא החותך את הבשר או את העבר שנפסד כדי שיבריא שאף הגוף ולא ימות. Just like a doctor will cut into a person's flesh or even cut off an entire organ, right, which will be taken off in order that the rest of the body should be healthy and not die. Even though this appears to be a cruel action, but really the doctor is doing him a kindness, right? Because in the end it is something that it will cause good for him. Right? And the sick person would not stop loving the doctor, because he did this surgery on him. Right? Rather he loves him even more.
Ken so this is kind of understanding.
What?
This is the first kind. This is like the answer.
This is what anyone should be able to understand.
Right.
That ultimately, whatever bad things befall you, they must come from a God who knows what he's doing, and it must be ultimately for your good.
Right. So and then it kind of branches into two. One is Nisim Gamzu and one is Rabbi Akiva.
Right. I mean, so Gamzu, I mean, yeah, I guess, I mean, there's the two ways, right? Gamzu Latova, this too is for the good, whereas Rabbi Akiva saw everything as being called Rahmana Avid Latava Avid. He didn't say, so Nachman Ish Gamzu would say this too, right? So you don't say of a good thing, this too is good. But for Rabbi Akiva, it was completely the same. He recognized that Kol Rahmana Avid Latava Avid. Everything that God does is for the good.
My understanding of the insight there
Mhm.
is that Nisim Gamzu is when something that seems bad happens to you, it is actually good.
Right.
Even though it
Gamzu
seems
Latova. Right.
right, it seems like it's bad, but it's actually good. But
Correct.
so but Rabbi Akiva is something happened to you and it hurt and it hurt you, right? And like you lost something. But in a broader, it's like in a broader aspect, like you have to understand that it's part of a
Rabbi Akiva would say of everything called Rahmana Avid Latava Avid.
mhm,
Right? You could say that of a good thing as well. Right? You win the lottery, call the Rahmana Avid Latava Avid. Right?
yeah.
But you wouldn't say you won the lottery Gam Zulatova.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Gam Zulatova is you say that of something that's not good. That's
Right.
not manifestly good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Ken hadavar hazeh. Similarly, this כשיחשוב האדם שכל מה שהקדוש ברוך הוא עושה עמו לטובתו הוא עושה. Right? That anything that God does, He does for a person's betterment. בין שיהיה בגופו, בין שיהיה בממונו, whether it's something to do with him personally or with his material possessions. ואף על פי שהוא אינו רואה ואינו מבין, even though he doesn't see and understand איך זה הוא טובתו, how this is for his betterment. ודאי טובתו הוא, it still must be for his betterment. הנה לא תחלש אהבתו מפני כל דוחק או כל צער, אלא אדרבה תגבר ונוספה בו תמיד. Right? So his love for God would not be in chas v'shalom in some way weakened. Rather, it should be strengthened and should grow at all every moment.
Okay, got it. Okay, this is still part of the first one. Got it.
Yeah. אך בעלי הדעה האמיתית אינם צריכים אפילו לטעם הזה. But someone who really understands doesn't even need to think of it in this manner. כי הרי אין להם לכוון עצמם לכלל. Because they don't have to consider themselves at all. אלא כל תפילתם להגדיל כבוד השם יתברך. All of their prayers are to aggrandize God, God's glory, may He be blessed. ולעשות נחת רוח לפניו, and to create delights before God. וכל מה שיתגברו עיכובים נגדם עד שיצטרכו הם יותר כוח להעבירם. And so, however much there may be barriers in front of them, which they have to pass over, הנה יאמץ ליבם וישמחו להראות תוקף אמונתם. Right? That they are going to realize, this is another opportunity, a challenge I have to show my the strength of my faith, and they will delight in it. Kesar tzava harashum bigvura, asher yivchar lo tamid b'milchama, like a great minister of the military who's been assigned to the hardest work, right? So he's always being chosen to lead the war. Yoter laharot tokfo benitzchona, right? Who shows his capacity to be victorious in battle.
Well, he's saying that he chooses like somebody that is brave, that is brave, that chooses to participate in the toughest war.
Right. Well, okay, yeah. They are as a military general distinguished for his bravery, who always chooses the most difficult battle to demonstrate his prowess in emerging victorious. וכבר מורגל זה העניין בכל אוהב בשר ודם, שישמח כי יזדמן לו מה שיוכל להראות בו אל אשר הוא אוהב עד היכן מגיע עוצם אהבתו. And it's a normal thing for people in the real world that whenever they get an opportunity to prove that they actually they're meritorious and they love the most, they are happy at they jump at this opportunity. ונבאר עתה ענפי אהבה הם השלושה שזכרתי. And now we will talk about the branches of love, which are the three which I spoke about: hadvekut, v'asimcha, v'hakin'ah, which are clinging or cleaving to God, and joy and jealousy. He switched the order. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Hadvekut, right? Clinging. הוא שיהיה ליבו של אדם מתדבק כל כך בשם יתברך. That's so that a person so cleaves to God, may his name be blessed, עד שכבר יסור מלפנות ולהשגיח אל שום דבר זולתו. That he would never be turned to, he would never come to turn to or pay attention to something else. והוא מה שבא עליו המשל בדברי שלמה, and this is the allegory that Solomon makes in Mishlei, in Proverbs. אילת אהבים ויעלת חן דדיה ירבוך בכל עת באהבתה תשגה תמיד. Like a deer? Let's see what they said. A lovely hind and a graceful doe. Her breasts will satisfy you at all times. You should always be infatuated with her love. Okay. I'm not a big I don't know that much about deers, does and hinds, so not exactly sure I get the what you call it.
I think he uses in Shir Shirim, in Song of Songs. He uses the same.
Yeah.
And he also uses Ayalot for some reason. I don't know. It's interesting.
Ugamara Amru, and in the Talmud in Eruvin they said Amru alav al Rabbi Eliezer ben Pedat shahaya yoshev ve'osek b'Torah b'shuk hatachton shel tzipori. So Rabbi Eliezer, the son of Padan, would sit in the lower market in Tzipori, ustino mutal bashuk ha'elyon shel Tzipori, and his seat was in the while his cloak lay in the upper market of the town. Okay.
Continue, see what they mean.
והנה תכלית המידה הזאת הוא להיות האדם מתדבק כך אל בוראו בכל עת ובכל שעה. What? I don't. It was said of.
Do you need to go to Ruvin for this, or what?
I guess we could, although I mean, without the Maharsha, I doubt that we would be able to understand. Let's see.
Eliezer Tzipori, yeah, right. Here.
Okay. Ba'ahavata tisge tamid. You shall always, be you ravished always with her love. Your love for Torah should always distract you from worldly matters. As was the case with Rabbi Elazar ben Padat. They said of him, of Rabbi Elazar, that he would sit and engage in Torah study in the lower marketplace of Tzipori, and his cloak was lying in the upper marketplace of Tzipori. His mind was so focused on Torah study that he would act in this unusual manner. In this regard, the Gemara relates, it was taught in a Braita that Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elazar said, one time a person came to take this cloak for himself and found a serpent on it guarding it.
So I guess a cloak in those days is like an iPhone. It's like you always have it on you.
Yeah, I guess he would leave his cloak and forget about, yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Uvyerushalmi amru Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa haya omed umitpalel uba chavarvar. I have no idea what a chavarvar is.
I'm not a chavarvar.
So he would be praying and a chavarvar would come. A poisonous lizard.
A lizard, okay. Because a kisho is like nachash, like a snake will mikish.
And bit him, yeah.
Bit him, yeah.
Velo hifsik tefilato, and he still would continue praying. Amru lo talmidav Rabbi velo hirgashta. They say, Rabbi, you didn't feel it. V'amar lahem yavo alai mitoch shachaya libi mechaven betfilah lo hirgashti. Said, because I was because I was so enwrapped in my prayers, I didn't feel it. Famous story of the Mittler Rebbe that he used to get nosebleeds, and one time he was praying and his nose started bleeding, and his father, the Alter Rebbe, became very worried, like he was bleeding so much. So he grabbed his nose to keep it from bleeding, and the Mittler Rebbe was very much into his prayers. And when he finished his prayers and he went to step back, that's when he realized somebody was grabbing his nose. Yeah.
Okay.
Famous story of the Mittler Rebbe. The Mittler Rebbe's books on prayer are known of being incredibly lofty. Okay.
Mittler Rebbe is it Tzedek Tzemach Tzedek?
The Mittler Rebbe was the Tzemach Tzedek's father. So it's the Alter Rebbe, the old Rebbe, the Mittler Rebbe, the middle Rebbe, and then the Tzemach Tzedek, because that's when they started being called the Alter Rebbe and the Mittler Rebbe, right? By the Tzemach Tzedek. And then after the Tzemach Tzedek came, they started calling the rabbis by different names. But at the Chabad, in a very real sense, between the Tzemach Tzedek and the Rebbe was, I mean, you could have said the high point of Chabad was during the time of the Tzemach Tzedek. It was certainly when there was the most Hasidim, and after the Tzemach Tzedek, various Chernobyler Hasidim and other Hasidim kind of branched off of Chabad. Yeah. So interestingly enough, apparently in the 50s, when you went to 770 and you knocked on the door, sometimes the Rebbe would answer the door himself. That's how small Chabad was back in the 50s.
Yeah.
In the 80s, that wasn't happening. Okay. Va'al hadvekut husharnu betorah pa'amim rabot. And regarding cleaving to God, we were warned many times in the Torah, including in Deuteronomy, la'ava et Hashem Elokecha, to love the Lord your God, love ko bo, and to cleave to Him, ubotit bakun, right? And it says you should, both of them. I mean, these are different ways that it says the exact same thing. And David said in Psalm, Davka nafshi acharecha, my soul cleaved after you. The inyan kol ele hapsukim achad, and all of these verses talk about one thing, shehu hadvekut sha'adam mitabek bo yitbarach she'eno yichol pared lazuz mimenu, that he cannot be separated or move away from God. V'amru zal, and it says in Bereshit Rabbah, Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish, בשלושה לשונות של חיבה חיבב הקדוש ברוך הוא את ישראל, ואנו למדים in three ways God talks about his love of Israel, and from those we learn how we must love God. בדבקה, בחשיקה ובחפיצה, with cleaving and with desire and with desire, another word for desire. Vehem mamash anfei ha'ava ha'ikarit. These are the true essential branches of love.
דביקה, חשיקה, חפיצה.
Yeah. V'hainu hateshuka shechal zacharti. So these are the desire that I spoke about before, v'adbekut v'anachat ha'oneg, and the hanachat v'oneg, and the joy and the delight hanimtza be'esek inyanav shel hanehav, right, which a person has when he is involved in those things which have to do with that which he loves. Hasheni hu hasimcha, and the second is joy. V'hu ikar gadol ba'avodah, and this is a great essential of serving God. V'hu masha David mazhir, and that's what David warns us about. V'omer, he says in Psalm 100, Ivdu et Hashem b'simcha, bo lefanav bernana. Serve God with joy, come before him with song. The Omer says there in Psalm 68, v'tzadikim yismechu yaletzu lifnei Hashem v'yasisu b'simcha. Right, the righteous are happy, and yaletzu, I guess, is also happy.
Giddy.
What?
Giddy.
Okay. Before God, and they will be joyful and happy. Amru Rabbeinu Zal, and our rabbis said in Shabbat, Ein hashchina shora ela mitoch hasimcha shel mitzvah, that the only time the Holy Spirit dwells upon you is when you are having joy in God's commandments. Val hapasuk shezacharnu lamala ivdu et Hashem b'simcha. And regarding this verse, you should serve the Lord with joy. Amru b'midrash, it says in midrash, which midrash? Well, this doesn't have it. Amar Rabbi, Amar Rav, shetihiyeh omed lehitpalel yehed libecha sameach alecha she'ata mitpalel Elokim she'ein keyotze bo. That when you stand to pray, your heart should be gladdened that you have the opportunity to pray before God, which there is nothing like it. Okay, I guess in Midrash Shocher Tov.
Abehu. Okay.
I wouldn't know that Midrash. Kitov kizot hi hasimcha ha'amitit, because this is true joy. Sheyeh libo shel adam alez. What does alez mean?
Also happy. It's a different word for happy.
We have so many words for happiness. We're like Eskimos with ice.
Yeah.
Al shehu zoche la'avod lifnei Adon yitbarach she'ein kamohu, that he gets to serve a master, may he be blessed, that there is none like him. V'la'asok b'torato, and to busy himself with his Torah, u'mitzvotav, and his commandments, shehem hashlemut ha'amiti v'hayikar hanitzchi, because they are the true wholesomeness and the eternal preciousness. V'amar Shlomo b'mshal hachokmah, and as Solomon in Song of Songs said in a wise allegory, Moshcheni acharecha narutza, pull me towards you and I will run. Have'ani hamelech hadarav, nagila v'nismecha bach. The king brings me to his inner chambers. I will be happy and joyful within you. כי כל מה שזוכה האדם להיכנס יותר לפנים בחדרי הידיעת גדולתו יתברך יותר תגדל בו השמחה. That however much more a person is able to enter within the chambers of knowing God's greatness, may he be blessed, the more he shall have joy from it. ויהיה ליבו שש בקרבו, and his heart will jump within him. Ve'omer, and says, as in Psalm 149, Yismach Yisrael ba'osav, b'nei Tzion yagilu b'malkam. Israel delights in his creator, and the children of Zion are glad within their king. Exalting their king. Okay. ודוד שכבר הגיע אל המעלה הזאת שיעור גדול, and David, who had a great measure of this, Amar, he said in Psalm 104, Ye'erav alav sichi anochi esmach b'Hashem. My chatter should be desirable, sweet. Okay, before God, and I will be joyful in the Lord. Va'amar, and he said, Va'avoa el mizbeach Elokim, el simchat gili ve'odecha bechinor Elokim Elokai. I will come to your altar of God to and to the joy of my gladness. I will thank you with a chinor, which is a harp or a violin or some stringed instrument. My God, who is God. The Amar, yeah.
No, I mean, this is a tangent, but I'm just curious if you can think of any. I'm struggling to visualize a character, a person like David. I wonder if there is somebody, if somebody in our lifetime that resembles him, like this king, commander in chief that is also like a poet and a lover, and like talks in this kind of way, but then is also, like I said, like a commander in chief, right? Like and a king and a warrior. Like it's like right. I thought you would say the Anuka, but I don't know if he's a commander in chief though. So he's not he's not fully David, but it's very interesting.
Oh, is this? Oh, sorry. It's 1.5. It was sped up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a crime to stop it. I will put a link into the chat. People should go listen to the rest of it. But yes, we have Yesh lanu melech kazeh. Okay, back to how'd you know I was gonna say
I sensed it.
how'd you know? Okay.
I've been watching. I've been communicating with you and watching your streams enough. Like I know, even though we've only met one in person,
Yeah,
it's it's a weird kind of relationship that we do
it
know
is.
each
It
other.
is. It is. Okay. Val davar zeh ne'emar. Hold on, did we lose where we were? Yeah, we lost where we were. Where were we?
Oh,
Oh,
you missed all the Aramaic or not? Oh no, this is
no, this
16.
is it. It went way up
Yeah.
from where we were. Otsui Putui. והנה זאת ודאי שהאהבה זאת צריך שיהיה
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we've gone way past this.
100.
כבר מולגל זה העניין בכל אוהב.
Clinging, chavava.
ברח
Doing a
שמה
review of everything.
נמצא בעסק ענייניו של הנאהב. השני הוא השמחה, right? להתפלל כיוצא בו, right? כי זאת השמחה האמיתי. ודוד שכבר הגיע אל המעלה הזאת, שיעור גדול, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's over
Right.
there.
That's where we were. אמר ירב עליו שיחי אנוכי אשמח בהשם ואמר ואבוא אל מזבח אלוקים אל שמחת גילי ועודך בכינור אלוקים אלוקי, right? With a stringed instrument, might have even been some sort of piano, who knows? ואמר תרננה שפתי כי אזמרה לך ונפשי אשר פדית. My lips will be filled with joy, for I sing to you, and my soul which you have redeemed. והיינו, כי כל כך הייתה מתגברת בקרבו השמחה. So much so has joy been strengthened within him. שכבר השפתיים היו מתנאות מעליהם, that his lips would move by themselves, ומרננות, and they would be like dancing. בהיותו עוסק בתהילתה ויתברך, when he would be involved in God's praises. וכל זה מגודל התלהטות נפשו שהייתה מתלהטת בשמחתה, from the passionate burning that his soul would be inflamed in this joy before him. hu ma shesiem v'nafshi asher padita. And that's what it means when he says, my soul which you have redeemed. Matzinu shenit'ra'em HaKadosh Baruch Hu al Israel mipnei shechisru tanai ze ba'avodatam. You see that God complained about Israel that they did not have this in their labors towards him. Who shenemar, like it says in Deuteronomy 28:47, Tachat asher lo avadata et Hashem elokecha b'simcha u'tuv lavav, in punishment that you have not served God with joy and with a delighted heart. ודוד לפי שראה את ישראל בעת התנדבם על בניין הבית, and when David saw how Israel were donating to the building of the temple, שכבר הגיע למעלה הזאת, that they had come to this great level. התפלל עליהם שתתקיים המידה הטובה בהם ולא תסור. And he prayed that they should remain in this great level and it should not leave them. Hu ma shekatuv, and that's what it says in Chronicles, 1 Chronicles 29. Va'ata amecha hanimtzeu po. And now your people who are found here, ra'iti besimha lehitnadev lach. I saw that with joy they to come to donate to you. Hashem Elokei Avraham Yitzchak Israel, God, the Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or Israel, Avotenu, our fathers, Shomra Zot Leolam, keep this always forever. Liyetzer Machshavot Levav Amecha V'Hachen Levavam Elecha, to form the heart, the thoughts of their heart, the heart of your people, and prepare their hearts to you. Anaf hashlishi, and the third branch, hu hakina, is jealousy.
This is this week's parsha.
Aha.
Pinchas.
Hakanai. Yes, Pinchas was Hakanai. Sheyihye ha'adam mekaneh l'shem kodsho, that God would, that a person should be zealous for God's holy name. Soneh et mesanav, hating those who hate him, umishtadel lachni'am b'ma sheyuchal, and desiring to bring them down in whatever manner he can. Kedei shetihye avodato yitbarach na'aset uchvado nitrabe, so that his labors should be accomplished and his glory should increase. V'hu masha amar David alav hashalom, and this is what David said in Psalm 139. Halo mesanecha Hashem esna, do I not hate those who hate you? Uvitkomemecha et kotat, and those who hate you, I hate. How do they translate this?
Kuma, yeah, those who rebel against you.
I hate them that with utter hatred. Yeah, I count them my enemies. Yeah, it's hard to translate.
Kuma is like to the uprisers, like from the kum.
Yeah, yeah. But like the way it's written, I mean, it's very poetic. Sin'ah senetim, I hated them with the utmost of hatred. Eliyahu Amar, and Elijah said in 1 Kings 19:10, Kano kineti Hashem tzavakot, I have been zealous, surely zealous for the Lord of hosts. Ukvar ra'iti lama zachad ba'avur kin'ato le'Eliyahu, and we see, we have already seen what Elijah had merited because of his zealousness for the Lord. Ka'amar HaKatuv, like it says in the verse in Bamidbar, that's Numbers?
That's
Numbers.
Pinchas, yeah, probably, yeah.
Tachat asher kin'el elokav v'yechaper al bnei Israel. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, this is Pinchas, and we have the thing that Eliyahu is Pinchas.
Right, yeah, I think he's connecting him, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And he atoned for the children of Israel. Kavar hifligu hachazal, and the sages were divided on this in Shabbat. Ledaber meshi lemi bemi sheyesh biyado limchot ve'eno moche, to speak about someone who was able to complain, to not complain,
yeah,
to limchot, to
protest,
yeah, and didn't protest. V'gazru dino letapes ba'avon hachotim atzmo, right? And they said that his uh, judgment is that he has a measure of the sin that of those who actually did the sin itself. Umidrash Eicha Amru Hayu Sareha Ka'ayalim, and it says in the Midrash on Lamentations that their princes were like deers. Okay,
Yes,
Ma
that's the
Ayalim
same.
Halalu B'Sha'at Sharav Hofchim Pnehem Elu Tachat Elu.
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
just as just like during a heat wave, these deer turn their faces one beneath the other. Okay, I don't. I don't know as much about deer as
I
apparently
get,
this
yeah, they were
chapter
very
says.
observational, so
Yeah,
they knew. Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a
Uh,
National Geographic detail here.
אלו תחת אלו, כך היו גדולי ישראל רואים דבר עבירה והופכים פניהם ממנו. In a similar manner, the great people of Israel would see someone sinning and they would turn their faces. Amar lahem hakadosh baruch hu tavo hasha'a v'ani eseh lahem ken. God said to them, a day will come when I will also do like you did, turn my face away. וזה פשוט כי מי שאוהב את חברו אי אפשר לו לסבול שיראה מכים את חברו. Just like a person would not be willing to see that they would be beating his good friend, או מחרפים אותו, or that they would be embarrassing him, ובוודאי שיצא לעזרתו, obviously he would go and help him. גם מי שאוהב שמו יתברך לא יוכל לסבול. Similarly, someone who loves God's name, may he be blessed, would not be able to stand to let this pass. ולראות שיחללו אותו chas v'shalom, they would see that they would desecrate him, God forbid. V'shavru al mitzvotav, or go against his commandments. V'hu ma she'amar Shlomo, ozvei Torah yehalu rasha, v'shomrei Torah yitgaru bam. And this is what Solomon said: those who leave the Torah praise the evil ones, and those who keep the Torah would speak against them. Ki otam shemahalim rasha berishato, that a person who praises an evil one in his evilness, v'lo yochichu al panav mumo, and they would not let him know about his blemish. Hine hem ozvei haTorah, they are the people who leave the Torah, umanichin ota, and they desist from the Torah, shetitchalel b'chas v'chalila, that it should, heaven forbid, be desecrated. Ach shomreha hamitchazkim lahachzika, vadai shitgaru bam, lo yuchal yochlu lehitapek lachrish. So, but those who keep the Torah and hold on to it strongly, obviously would speak out against it, and they wouldn't be able to be silent and stay within themselves. V'amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu el Iyov, and like the Holy One said to Job, hafetz evrot apecha re'eh kol ge'eh hachnir ehu v'hadoch resha'im tachtam tamnem be'afar yachad pnehem chabosh betamun. Job is always difficult to translate. Scatter forth the wrath of your anger. See every arrogant man and submit him. Tread down the wicked in their place. Press them in the earth together. Push their faces into the ground. It's almost as bad as what you might do to a robotic vacuum cleaner. כי זה תוקף האהבה שיוכל להראות מי שאוהב את בוראו באמת ואומר, and because this is the strength of the love of someone who can show that he loves his creator truly. And it says in Psalms, Ohavei Hashem sinu ra, those who love God hate evil, and that is in the command form there, sinu ra, hate hate evil. How much more is there? Seems like there's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he's going into something else now.
Yeah. I was wondering if he was just gonna yeah. Vehine, so 110. That seems like a good place to start. Intention.
It's תלויה בכוונה, an intention, right? Okay. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Man, I am going to turn this off, and you can turn the vacuum robot back on.
I'm going to send them back.